peanut coating is a food processing principle that most people find difficult to neither understand nor explain. While some have even given up in this lucrative business, thinking it is tedious or difficult to do, others lack access to peanut commercial recipes that enables them to make profit out of the business. Today, you will learn what makes peanuts to manually coat smoothly, easily, and perfectly, better than machinely coated peanuts with bigger ball. Also, you will learn how to protect yourself from health hazard during peanut coating. Furthermore, you will gain access to my low-cost, high-quality commercial peanut recipes that will arouse your appetite for peanut coating business. And finally, be you a prospect, apprentice, or full-time peanut business owner, watching this video to the end will help you learn, adjust, or improve on what you already have. So, roll up your sleeve, grab your ingredients, and don't forget to hit the like button as we process this delicious peanut burger ball. And I tell you, you will like it. Let's begin with our peanuts, which is also known as granules. In here is 2 cups or 500 grams of granules. Now, before taking the measurement of your peanut for production, please ensure that it has been sorted out by removing the broken, the spoiled, the smaller sizes, dirt or debris, or any other extraneous materials that followed the peanuts all the way from the market. Next is to add in your salt and then move in with some water. At this point, you can go in with your hand and wash carefully and ensure that you do not break the peanut into 2. Again, during this washing process, please do not allow the granules to soak in for too long, otherwise it might lose its wholesomeness. After washing, drain out the water, save the peanuts, and transfer into a clear surface and allow to dry. You can do this with an oven or with the help of the sunlight. And each process might take up to 20 minutes before successful completion. Now that our peanut is sun drying already, let's prep other ingredients. Now, beginning with our milk flavoring powder, I'm using a Baker's Choice milk flavor, and to me it's a secret ingredient because it's gonna be performing 3 different functions in our peanuts. This flavor is a 3-in-1 as it comprises of corn flour, yellow food color, and milk flavor, and that makes it a secret ingredient. Although it is commonly found in the market, but if you don't know, you don't know. So now that I'm done prepping, here is what our table of prepared ingredients look like, including our packaging materials. These ingredients are simple enough, and that means low cost of production. And the quality of peanut that will come out of this simple ingredient will blow your mind. Baking for commercial purpose is more about brain than combination of too many ingredients. So keep watching. So here are the ingredients. I introduce them one by one. So the first ingredient is 4 cups of flour. It is also equivalent to 500 grams of flour in case you are using scale. Now this is 750 ml of King's oil. It is not up to 1 liter, please take note. Now this oil serves me for about 1,500 grams of flour, that is times 3 of what I am making today. After which I will still have enough leftover oil for consumption. Please, this information is strictly for this low oil consumption recipe that I am revealing to you today. Next is our sugar, and this is 125 grams of sugar, and if you are using a cup, please use a half cup of sugar. Now 2 cups of salted and cleaned peanuts, alongside with 3 small sizes of eggs, a tablespoon of milk powdered flavor that I told you about, a teaspoon of salt, and half teaspoon of baking powder. Now it is time to perform wonders in this kitchen by combining our eggs, flavors and other prep ingredients together. Now listen carefully. Peanut is very sensitive when it comes to egg usage. Always go for fresh eggs to avoid contaminating your product with the bad eggs. Once that is done, break in your fresh eggs into your bowl. Then whisk to combine both the white and the yolk. Whisk until there is a slight foaming on the surface of the egg. Next is salt, and we are using a teaspoon of salt. Please do not use anything less. After that, go in with a tablespoon of milk flavor. This flavor will be responsible for the beautiful look of our peanuts. I mean the color, the mouth-breaking texture, and the milk flavoring itself. And guess what? This 1 tablespoon added is as cheap as 50 naira currently. That is the only flavor we are using for this recipe. Next, add in half cup of sugar. And if you are using scale, please use 125 gram. Now, turn the mixture into a syrup by mixing to combine. And after that, increase the quantity of the syrup by adding 1/4 cup of water twice, or simply add half cup of water. Now, to avoid confusion, the volume of your syrup should be 500 ml or 50 cl. And in case your egg sizes did not give you up to that volume, simply make it up with water. Okay? Next, baking powder. For this recipe, your baking powder is half a teaspoon. Please be warned that adding more than this may consume your oil. For best practice, please dissolve your baking powder in the same water you use to make up to your egg volume. You can keep it aside for now. Now to our flour. Measure 4 cups to your bowl and nothing else should be added to it. Now I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, my biggest coating secret, which is a very deep and hollowed container. And to that, I will be using a rubber paint. And I think this is about 20 liters deep rubber paint. If you've not been coating with a deep container like this, my result in this video will prove you wrong. And your deep bucket should have a hook so as to create a balance between your hand and the bucket. This hooking feature will make coating so comfortable for you. Now let's begin. To that, add in your flour first and gently move your bucket in a circular motion. Then add your egg syrup and coat as well. Now, because my coating medium is still dusty, I'm gonna add in my liquid and coat. Now that it is balanced and a bit gummy, I'm gonna go in with my flour. So your focus in coating should be to create a balance between the liquid and the dry ingredients. So we're gonna continue this repeatedly until we exhaust our flour and our egg syrup mixture. So if you have gotten the gist, then let's go properly into coating business. Now maintain a good coating posture by standing at ease, then hook your hand and hold the bucket so firmly and begin to move the bucket in a circular motion, just like this. Yes, like this. Yes, you are moving it round about. By so doing, the flour and the egg will roll themselves completely and give you a perfect smooth coating. Did you get it? You can see our peanut is fastly coating already. Just take a look at that. Now at this point our peanut is already too dusty, so we are going to move in with our wet ingredients. Now listen, for no reason never allow your peanut to become too wetty. If that happens, your peanuts will cling to themselves and it becomes difficult for you to separate. Again, learn to maintain a good coating posture by standing instead of bending. When you bend, the weight of your arm and chest that's supposed to go into the bucket goes to your waist, causing you a waist pain. So learn to stand and coat with your chest so that your coating pressure goes into the bucket. Do you know that coating with your chest while standing can even improve your cardiovascular health by enhancing blood flow through your heart region? Back to our coating business. At this point, the peanut becomes so wetty and clogs together. So I added some dry ingredients, and at this point, it can no longer move. It looks like it is frozen, okay? So if that happens, which is inevitable, you need to employ another strategy, which is a heating strategy. So you heat the bucket. So once you heat the bucket, then you will destabilize the clocking together and then it will begin to move again. So what I do is, it's not like you put dry ingredients and then later you put wet ingredients. No. What I do is, I monitor it. I don't allow it get too wetty and I don't allow it get too dusty. If it is wetty, I add dry ingredients. And after adding dry ingredients, I coat. After coating, if it is still wetty, then that means the dry ingredient flour I added was not enough. Then I have to add more so that I will balance it. So my aim during coating is to always balance the wet and the dry ingredients so that it doesn't cluster. Because if the wet ingredient, which is the egg mixture, the syrup, is too much, it will clog together. You understand? And you will have problem. That is where you can't separate it. You understand? And if it is too dusty, it will not coat. So that is your objective at every point in time. Make sure you are balancing it. So right now I added wet ingredients. So I will do what? I will start coating. Okay? So it is wet. Right now it is wet. So I go with flour to balance it. And once I do, I'll have to heat it because it will block. Wow, and that was the peanut coating strategy. Now let's talk about the principle. That is what makes your peanuts to coat and how. So what makes your peanuts to coat is the force, which is the pressure you are exerting in the bucket. So how this happens is that the weight of your chest and your arm goes into the bucket, and with a little rolling and circular movement of your bucket, a pressure is created. It's this pressure that then coats your peanuts. One peanut just run out now. Let me show it. As deep as this is. So imagine the pressure that is going on in this bucket. You cannot achieve this kind of coating pressure with a mere bowl. Use a hollowed bowl, then there will be coating pressure that will allow it to coat. That is the secret. Your peanut coating will never remain the same after watching this video. Can you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? And we are still coating. We never coat to go anywhere. Look at it. Look at it. Can you see it? And we are still coating because we still have our liquid and we still have our flour. We are still coating. At this point, look at it. Look, can you see it has coated already, and we are still coating. So at the end of the day, you get it big, and that is where you are going to make money. You make profit from the business. You don't need to separate anything. In this method, you don't need to separate. You can't separate, they use hand. You don't need that shit in this method. You don't need that shit in this method. Yes, it's true now, you don't need it. So let's do it professionally, okay? Better than machine. So let's go. This is the outcome. You can see it comes out so big, well coated, everything coated, and coated deeply and smoothly as well. On a norm, if I'm not making video, it usually takes me 15 minutes to coat a batch like this. All thanks to our coating buckets and our coating strategies. Finally, please ensure that your coating finishing is not dusty, because if it is dusty, it's gonna mess up your oil, and your oil will get dirty easily. And don't leave it wetty. If it is wetty, it will block together. Now heat up your oil and begin to fry. Speaking about oil, please use a good oil, but not too costly considering your cost of production. I usually use King's oil because it is refined and it is quite affordable. You can use any other good brand as well. During frying, your heat should be low, not medium. Low. This will enable your peanuts to cook gently until it becomes brown and crispy. Remember, we were using raw granules, so it has to cook for about 15 minutes before a batch becomes ready. Just look at that. Better than foreign peanuts. It turns out so smooth, big and beautiful. It is quite irresistible. No customer looks at this peanut and walks away. So, have you liked this video? Or don't you like what you are seeing? Don't you? Please give us a like this video, leave a beautiful comment. Just tell me how helpful you think this video is to you, and if you have any other question, feel free to ask me in the comment section. So at this point, our beautifully coated peanut is ready. Just look at this. Has it ever come to your thoughts that manually coated peanut would be this beautiful? I can't get my eyes off this peanut even if I made it. And I've been consistent with this quality just with the principle and strategy I shared with you. In my next video, I'll tell you how profitable is peanut business, different packages you can use for your peanuts, and why you should start up a peanut business as soon as possible, costing and selling prices for your peanuts, and challenges you might face possibly in peanut business. Subscribe and turn the notification bell so that you can know when I upload it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.